What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I've made my way down to Mooresville Ford where we're going to take a look at the 2020 Ford F-150 Limited. This is the 4x4 Super Crew finished off in star white metallic, and it has an MSRP just over $75,000. Huge shout out again to Mooresville Ford for providing this truck for me today. I will have all of their contact information in the description below. Starting underneath the hood of the 2020 Limited, this comes with a 24 valve, 3.5 liter twin turbo high output EcoBoost engine. This is the same engine found in the Ford Raptor, and it's only paired to the 10-speed automatic. The engine in the 2020 F-150 Limited produces 450 horsepower at 5,100 RPM and 510 pound-feet of torque as low as 3,500 RPM. This is a rear-wheel drive bias truck with the optional four-wheel drive engagement. It weighs around 4,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds and can do the quarter mile in 13.7 seconds at 102 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 36 gallons, you can expect to see 17 miles per gallon in the city and 21 on the highway. The wheelbase on the 2020 Limited measures 145 inches. It has an overall length of 231.9 inches. The width is 96.8. It has a height of 77.2 inches, and ground clearance measures in at 9.4 inches. Starting up front on the 2020 F-150 Limited, we're going to take a look at this massive grille. It's finished off in both satin and chrome. You can see the satin finish running across the bottom and the top with the chrome bars in the center. Being a twin turbo engine, this is definitely important to provide maximum cooling. We have the Ford logo right in the center along with a forward-facing camera hidden nicely up underneath. Gives you plenty of visibility from the driver's seat. My favorite part is the headlights on this. It has quad beam LED headlights along with LED daytime running lights, and there are LED fog lights down below. The LED daytime running lights have a really unique design. I've always liked the design on the Fords. You can see them, they run across the top and on the bottom of it as well. Definitely gives it a really unique look. As we make our way down below, you'll see there's 2 chrome tow hooks. Inside the lower portion of the grille, it also has active shutters, which will open and close depending on the speed to help improve with better airflow. And then this also has a lower air dam, which will help improve with aerodynamics as well. As we make our way up to the top, you'll see Limited across the hood, and then great contoured lines running throughout the hood. Moving to the side of the 2020 F-150 Limited, we'll start off with the 22-inch wheels. They have a 12-spoke design to them. Very nice looking wheel wrapped in a Pirelli Scorpion all-season tire. Just behind that, there is a sensor down below. This is part of the 360 camera system, which I will show here later in this video. As we make our way to the fender flares, they have really nice arches in them, great contoured lines running right in the center. And then just behind that, we have the large F-150 Limited badge. I really like how the F has been hollowed out. It gives it a really unique look for the Ford series. Behind that, we have the body colored side mirrors. These are power folding, heated. They feature the integrated turn signal, and up underneath there is a spotlight. So when you're using this truck at night, as this is going to be a work truck, you'll have plenty of visibility on the side of the vehicle. Working our way back, you have nice brushed aluminum on the handles, and then when I go ahead and open this up, this has the optional power steps, which make it very easy to get in and out, as I'll show later. On the window trim, you can see there is more chrome, along with a black finish separating both of the windows. This does have a full panoramic roof up top. And then as we make our way to the back, you can see the lines in the fender flares continue. Same contoured line running in the middle of the bed. And it also features a really nice line that runs kind of in the lower section of the door here from the front tire all the way to the back. And finishing off in the rear, we'll start off with the LED taillights. There's a very nice trim piece, as you can see, running through the section of the tailgate. It says Limited on it, and F-150 is off and to the left, has the same hollowed F, which gives it a really unique design. EcoBoost is over on the right side along with the Ford badge. This has a body colored rear bumper with 4 parking sensors. 2 of them are nicely hidden in the black trim piece in the center. This comes with a Class 4 towing hitch along with dual chrome tipped exhaust. As we make our way to the top section here, you can see the backup camera. We can just push on the electronic button up underneath. It has the Easy Assist tailgate, so it easily opens up, and it's very lightweight to go ahead and close it as well. But with it open, there's a nice hidden feature that we can go over, which is the step to get into the bed. So if we just push on this button in the center, we can bring this out and all the way down. And then with the handle, we can pull that all the way out as well. It'll lock into place. And this gives you a very easy handle and step, so that way you can access the bed and get to whatever you may have in the back. This also has a bed liner in it as well to give you added protection. There's a bunch of dome lights in the back along with tow hooks. And up top where the third brake light is, there is spotlights on both sides, LED lights, so that way it lights up the bed if you're using this at nighttime. And it's very easy to step and get back to the ground. You'll just push on one first, then you'll go down to two, and that'll collapse down and push into place. And then you just grab this, slide it in, lock it in place, and that's it. You also have the option to double tap the button on the key fob, and that will automatically open the tailgate as well. That's going to wrap it up for the exterior walk around on the 2020 F-150 Limited. Definitely a very nice truck, has a lot of exterior features on it. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. But with the vehicle locked, I'll just walk up, place my hand on the door handle, it will automatically unlock. You'll see the side running board steps automatically deploy as well, and I can go ahead and hop inside. So going ahead and hopping into the 2020 F-150 Limited, I really like how that side step comes down. It makes it easy to get up into this vehicle. Starting off with the door panel, it has a really nice wood trim piece on the inside, but just on the inside of that is the release handle to open the door. It has a really nice ergonomical design to it, and I really like how it's placed. You have nice leather and stitching running behind the door. You have all of your side mirror adjustments, all of the window controls as well. You have your lock and unlock with the 3 different seat memory adjustments. This has a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, and you have a ton of storage space in the lower section of the door. There's a little compartment here up in the center of the door as well. Moving on to the steering wheel here, it's completely covered in leather with more stitching. You have all of your controls for all of your Bluetooth and voice command controls. You have your cruise control on the left side. There's a couple buttons to the left which will control the center screen. On the right side you have your volume and tuning for the radio. Moving to the left side of the steering wheel, there's the electronic parking brake along with being able to move the foot pedals, so you can do the gas and the brake pedal. You have all of the headlight controls just above that on this dial that you can turn. And now moving back to the seats real quick, these are very comfortable. They have a two-tone design to them with the Limited badge right in the center. They are heated and ventilated as well with a 10-way adjustability along with lumbar support. Looking at the gauge cluster, starting off on the left side, you'll see the tach. On the right side is the speedometer. Right in the middle on the top side is a lot of vital information that is stationary, like your oil and engine temperature along with the fuel gauge as well. And then down below, we can scroll through a lot of information using those buttons on the steering wheel. In my view, you'll see your trip one, your fuel economy, along with towing information. We can scroll over to more of your trip and fuel economy, your fuel history. You have your navigation and your auto start stop. Scrolling over to truck information, you can look at your gauge view. You can see your PSI and your tires along with a digital speedometer right in the center, and engine hours as well, how long the truck's been idling or actually moving. There's a towing tab, so you can look at all of that different information and get that configured. There's also an off-road tab, so we can look at the off-road status. You'll see the steering angle does change as well just by turning the wheel, and there's a pitch and roll meter to the left and right of that. And then last up, there is a settings tab. You can go through all of the technology features like the lane keeping assist, cruise control, pre-collision, all of your advanced settings. You have trailer blind spot that you can activate. As we make our way to the center here, the 8-inch screen is right in the middle. There's an air vent to each side of that. Just above that, we have traction control. You have your hazards. There's a camera button along with the engine start-stop feature, which obviously you can turn on and off. Just by pushing on the camera button, you'll see it's on the forward-facing camera right now with the top-down view on the right side. We can push on it again. You'll see the forward-facing camera. Push on it one more time, and there's a split angle of the forward-facing camera. If I go ahead and put it into reverse now, that will automatically change. You'll see the backup camera with the top-down view. We can push on that again for full screen, and then look at the same split view. Back to the home screen here, you'll see the navigation on the left side. You have your audio and phone if both of those are paired, along with the heated steering wheel. If we go to the presets down below, you'll see the radio on the far left there. We can go into the climate controls. It has dual zone climate, which you can sync just by pushing on this button here. You have your menu and where you'd like the air to go kind of right in the middle here. Very easy to go through all of this. We have the phone when that is paired. We have the navigation. You can pull that up full screen, a few apps to go through, and settings. Down below, you have your power and volume for the radio, along with tuning on the right side. A couple presets and more tuning in the center. Just below that are physical AC buttons, so if you're not on that tab up top, You can adjust passenger and driver with the dual zone climate. You can see that adjust on the screen as well. You have heated and ventilated seats, so there are 3 different settings for driver and passenger. Your fan speed is right in the center, and you will see that pop up on that screen as well, which is nice to see. To the left of that, we have the 4-wheel drive settings. So you have 2-wheel high, obviously, 4 high, 4 low. There's a 4 automatic. This does have an electronically locking rear differential. You have a trailer assistance as well to help in backing up, so you can turn that on and off, along with the trailer brake as well. Right in the center, there's a nice wood trim piece. If we go ahead and open this up, it reveals 2 USB ports along with a ton of storage. So you definitely have a good bit in front of the shifter. And then moving on to the shifter, you'll see it's a pretty heavy duty shifter, finished off in leather, has really nice designs on both sides of it. The plus and minus here are for shifting yourself. So if you're towing or something like that, it gives you a little bit more versatility. The trigger for it is right in the front, so just pulling on that, we can go into drive. You also have different driving modes. So just by clicking on the DM there, obviously stands for driving modes. You have normal, there's a tow, haul, snow and wet, eco, and sport. Behind the shifter, there are 2 buttons. You have your lane keeping assist along with the parallel parking feature. So just by pushing on that, you can see that we can start to search for a spot for this to parallel park itself, which is very helpful for a large vehicle like this. There's a little storage tray right in the center, maybe for a phone or something like that. And then there are 2 cup holders off and to the right. Working our way to the center console, it's nicely wrapped in leather with more stitching. Up top, you can see F-150 Limited. There's the VIN number. It says 2020 on the left side, and then 363 on the right side. I'm not exactly 100% sure on how many Limiteds they did make, but I believe this is number 363, which is pretty cool to see. This is a lockable box as well, and then just by pushing on this button here, we can open it up to reveal a ton of storage space. This is a massive compartment for anything that you need. There's a 12 volt down in the front there, along with a removable storage bin right in the center. As we make our way over to the glove box, you'll see a 12 volt and household 3-prong outlet up underneath one air vent there. And then the glove box has a good amount of storage space. You have a little storage pocket up front for anything that needs to go in there, along with a nice tray. There's some more trim running down the back side of it and more leather on the dash, of course. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. Very nice 2-tone design to them. And then up top, this does have a full panoramic sunroof. All of those controls are up in the center. We have the automatic sunshade, so we can go ahead and open that up. While that's doing that, we have the sunroof controls in the center along with the tilt. You have your dome light switches. There's a sunglass holder just behind that. And then this button here will control the power rear glass, so you can slide that open and closed. So now moving on to the back seats of the 2020 F-150 Limited. There is definitely plenty of room back here. The door panel is finished off just like up front with that same release handle, which I think is very cool. I am 5'10", and as you can see, plenty of room. I have 4 or 5 inches in front of my knees, 2 or 3 inches above my head. You could easily put 3 people in the back seats here. You have storage pockets behind both front seats for anything that you need to place there. There's 2 air vents in the back. The back 2 seats on each side are heated, so you have 2 different options for that. There's 2 USB ports here, along with another household 3-prong outlet. All right, so getting the 2020 Ford F-150 out on the road now, the first thing that I noticed just driving this around the parking lot is how easy it is to see all around. For a full-size truck, it's very easy to see all around. These side mirrors are huge. You can easily see the taillight on both sides of this truck, which make it very easy to see all around. And then having that back glass pretty much right there gives you easy access to the back tailgate there. So I can easily see the top of that, and then obviously traffic behind me. And then having this 360 camera is definitely something I think every pickup truck should come with. It makes it very easy to maneuver both with the front camera and then obviously with the back camera. And if you're towing or something, you have the trailer backup as well. It's just so easy to see all around, to maneuver this truck. But now moving on to how the F-150 Limited drives. It's been a pretty comfortable ride so far. There's nothing harsh about it. It doesn't feel like it floats. It's kind of in the middle. It just has a nice, comfortable feel to it. If I put the brakes on a little bit here, it doesn't have too much of a brake dive. I didn't slam on the brakes or anything hard, but it definitely carries its weight well in being able to slow down like that. But let's go ahead and move on to all the interior features and materials. When I first opened up the door, I was kind of shocked with how nice it is on the inside. I like the leather everywhere, gives it a really nice touch with all the trim pieces. Everything just has a premium feel to it. For the price of this truck, I wouldn't expect anything less. Everything is laid out very well. All the buttons are easy to use. The center is not too confusing. There's really not a whole lot of buttons either, which makes it that much easier to use. Nothing is confusing. It's all laid out very well, and you have nice leather on the armrest, a very large center console as well. There's nice trim pieces around the air vents, so it definitely has a nice premium design to it, and I really like how everything is laid out. So we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of gas, see what this Ford Raptor engine is like in a Limited. Wow. I'm already up to the speed limit, not even quarter throttle, and this has a good tone to it. For an EcoBoost engine, I know a lot of truck people like seeing the V8s, but I have no complaints with the twin turbo 3.5 liter V6 engine. Gets up to speed, has a pretty good sounding exhaust tone to it, and you also have the option to shut the engine off at stoplights, just like I did, which gives you better fuel economy. You have better towing, you have a lighter engine as well, and just giving it some gas again, up to the speed limit just like that. It's very responsive. We are cruising in 8th gear now, so I'm not sure if it'll go to 10th gear at 50 miles an hour or not. We are still in 8th gear. So those are obviously overdrive gears. It just went to 9th gear. Oh, we are in 10th gear going 50 miles an hour, so that's pretty cool. That just helps you save on MPG. Let's talk about the handling now of a 5,000 pound truck. Obviously, you're going to feel body weight, but you have plenty of power. I never thought I'd say that in a pickup truck. You have plenty of power to get out of the turn. Not that you're going to be cruising on back mountain roads or anything like that, but it's nice to see that a pickup truck has power. It has get up to it. Having 10 gears is definitely something that's cool. At 1,100 RPM at 51 miles an hour, that's very impressive. And we're just cruising now. It's very quiet on the inside. There's no road noise. There's no wind noise. It's definitely well insulated on the inside. Well, that's going to wrap up my walk around review and test drive driving the 2020 Ford F-150 Limited. Huge shout out again to Mooresville Ford for providing this vehicle for me today. I will have all of their contact information in the description below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.